Hello students, welcome back for this marathon session, and this time today we'll be discussing your AIATS plus, that test number 5 that happened on 7th February 2026. And before I start, I apologize for this late start because there was some technical error in the system, and because of that only we are starting late. So I apologize for that, and now let's start the session. Again, before starting the actual PPT discussion or this AIATS plus marathon part, so this plus stands for your personalized learning for ultimate success. So this is the ultimate goal, to help you students to get through with this NEET exam, and this is a personalized approach. So very good morning to all of you. Kajal Verma is there, Harsh Jaiswal, Himanshu, Azaz, Rishabh. So very good morning. I hope I am audible now. So are you people ready? Ishita, so are you ready to start with the session? Shall we? Okay, fine. So this is your test number 5, and the very first question says, an object of mass 3 kg is at rest. Now a force of 6t square I cap plus 4t j cap Newton is applied on the object. Then velocity of the object at time 3 seconds is. Okay. Now force is given to us. So this is your So we have a force which is 6t square I cap plus 4t j cap. So this is the force. Mass is given to us, so force divided by mass will define the acceleration of the body, and this acceleration comes out to be, so this is 6t square by mass is 3 kg plus 4 by 3 t j cap. So this is the acceleration, and if you look at this expression, so this is 2t square I cap plus 4 by 3 t j cap. So this is x component of acceleration, and this is primarily the y component of acceleration. Now we have to find out velocity of the object at time 3 seconds. If you look at this expression very carefully, do we have a constant acceleration? Do we have a uniform acceleration, or this is a non-uniform or a variable acceleration? Yes, please. Is this uniform acceleration? No, this is not a uniform acceleration because this is a function of t. So this is a variable acceleration. And we know whenever you have variable acceleration, it is only the integral method will be following to solve this question. So what is acceleration? So acceleration is primarily dv by dt, which is now 2t square I cap plus 4 by 3 t j cap, and for the change in velocity from initial to final, so this is 2t square dt, and this is I cap plus 4 by 3 t into dt, and this is the j component. And now we have to find out final velocity at time 3 seconds. So what is the initial velocity? Initially object is at rest, so u is 0, and this is the v, we have to find it out. So integral of dv will give you v minus u, so that primarily gives you v only, and we have to find out at time 3 seconds. So we'll go with the integral. So this becomes, what is the integral of t square? So that becomes t cube by 3, so this is t cube. We'll put the limits from 0 to 3, and this is the I component, plus 4 by 3 integral of t, that gives you t square by 2, again from 0 to 3, and this is the j component. I hope this step is clear to everyone and why we are following this. So had your acceleration been a uniform acceleration, then definitely this was the expression. But because this expression, this equation is valid only for uniform accelerated motion, so we'll not be using this expression, we'll go by the integral method. Why? Because this is a non-uniform, or this is a variable acceleration. Any doubt from this part? Yes. So shall we move? Now let's put the limit out here. So expression for v at time 3 seconds gives you what? So this is 2 by 3 constant, and when you put the limit, so this becomes 3 cube, and 3 cube is what? 27. Lower limit is 0, so this is 27 only, I cap plus, so this 4 and 2 cancels out each other, so that gives you 2 by 3, and we'll put the limit for t square, so that becomes 3 square minus 0, so that becomes 9, and this is j cap. Now look at this, so this gives you 18 I cap plus 6 j cap, and this is the velocity at the end of 3 seconds. So because we are using it as in vector form, so we'll keep the vector notation intact, and this is how we got the expression 18 I cap plus 6 j cap. So primarily this is the second answer we have. Any doubt from this part? So though we started bit late, but we started with a very fine question. So this is a very good question for your NEET part. Any doubt from this part now? Yes, Rishabh. Any doubt? Srujan? Anyone? Rishabh, sir, can we do this by Ft is equal to mv and integrating both sides? That gives you change in momentum. Just go ahead and make an attempt. Yes, Chandra Kala Dhanuja. Good. So it's clear to everyone. Now, any doubt? I'm moving to the next question then. I hope this is clear to everyone. Fine. Now let's suppose if I give you a parallel numerical, something like this. If f is equal to something, this is like 2 I cap plus 3 j cap Newton, and if I go with the mass of the body as 1 kg. Now if I have to find out velocity at the end of, let's suppose, 2 seconds. Got it? Then, now look at this. If you look at the expression for the acceleration in this situation, so this becomes 2 I cap plus 3 j cap only. Got it? And this acceleration is a uniform. This is not a variable, this is not a time dependent. So this is again a uniform accelerated motion. And let's suppose the initial body initially is assumed to be again at rest. So starting from rest. So now if I have to find out final speed at the end of 2 seconds, then this is the best equation we'll be going for. Reason being, now this time we have a constant or a uniform accelerated motion, and this equation is a well-deserved candidate for solving this. So U is 0, A is, we know, 2I cap plus 3J cap, and time is 2 seconds. So primarily that defines your final velocity. So look at the contrasting difference between these two examples. The very first question had a variable or non-uniform acceleration, but in this situation we have probably assumed the acceleration to be constant or uniform. Then this is the best candidate to solve this. This equation is the best one to solve this. Any doubt from this part now? So Aditya, very good. Aditya, need not to be nervous. Got it? Be confident. You people have really put your foot, very solid foot by joining this course, this program. AIATS Plus is a very fine course. So don't worry, be confident. आप लोगों ने बहुत अच्छी मेहनत करी है बच्चों. So that was the answer for the first question, the original question we had. Now moving to the next. A particle covers equal distances around a circular path in equal intervals of time. Okay. Which of the following quantities connected with the motion of the particle remains constant with time? So this is a circular motion. And this is the radius. Particle cover equal distances in equal intervals of time. So it means when you say equal distances around a circle in equal intervals of time, so it means this is the uniform circular motion. So in uniform circular motion, speed remains same or constant throughout. Got it? This is a uniform circular motion. So we know in uniform circular motion speed remains same all throughout, because this is what your question has stated clearly. Got it? But we know in uniform circular motion the direction of motion is primarily given by the tangent at that particular point of observation. So if I observe my motion at this point, so probably this is the tangent, this is the anti-clockwise fashion. At this point this is the tangent, at this point this is the tangent, and at this point this is the tangent. So we know the direction keeps changing, and because of this changing direction concept, you have velocity that is variable, because velocity has two components, speed as well as the direction, and direction component is varying. So acceleration, this is a uniform circular motion, and body is experiencing the centripetal acceleration. Though centripetal acceleration is omega square into r, where r is the radius, or v square by r. So that centripetal acceleration directed towards the center along the radius, radial acceleration towards the center, but its direction, if you observe at this point, at this point, at this point. So centripetal acceleration is again not a constant vector, so acceleration is not there. Acceleration is though constant in magnitude but varying in direction. Speed is the clear winner, the clear candidate for this. Velocity is primarily not, reason being the direction, the tangent keeps varying all along the circular path, and even the displacement is again a vector quantity. So all these are the variables, but the quantity that remains constant with time, it's only the speed one. Any doubt from this part? So got it? Any doubt? Good. So I'm moving to the next format, next question rather. Let me check with the answer slide also. Yes, so this is the clear winner for this. Now moving to the next. A particle is projected from ground with speed u at an angle theta with the horizontal. Velocity at maximum height is. Okay, fine. So this is again a very fundamental question. So this is how the particle is projected at an angle theta with the horizontal, and this is a projectile motion. This is 2D motion. If I label few points, this may be the point of projection. Let's label it as A. This may be the point that is the maximum height, and this is point C, that is the landing point. So at point A, if you look at the components of your this velocity vector with which it is projected. So at this point you have u cos theta, that is along x-axis, and u sin theta, that is along y-axis, and its speed is u, and this is maximum at this point of projection, that is A. Got it? Now at this point B, which is the point of maximum height, and we know at this point the final y component becomes 0. Got it? But because there is no acceleration along x-axis, it has only the vertical component of acceleration, that is g. So acceleration is g, and that is downward. Even at this point acceleration is downward. So the x component is there. So x component still be u cos theta only. The horizontal component will not change all along the path of its trajectory. So at the highest point the y component is primarily 0 and the x component is still there, u cos theta, and speed is minimum at this point, and that is equal to u cos theta. Coming back to point C, that is point of landing where the projectile is finally hitting the ground. So if you look at this, so the final component will still be u cos theta, and this component downward will become minus u sin theta only, assuming there is no air drag or air friction. So the speed would again be the maximum. The speed with which it was projected is the same speed with which it will hit the ground again. So this is minus u sin theta. So velocity at maximum height. So question was, we have to find out velocity at maximum height. Is it u cos theta by 3? No. U cos theta by 2? No. U cos theta? Yes. So this is the second option. Got it? So let's suppose if I give you initial projection maybe as 2 cap plus 3 cap meter per second. So this is, let's suppose, the speed with which your projectile is projected upward from the ground. So speed is maximum. So at A, so this is the speed of projection. If I ask you to find out speed at B, so because y component will not be there, it is 2 cap only. Got it? So this is the velocity, and if I ask you the velocity, I should label this one as VB even, not U. So this is, we are talking about some velocity after time. So velocity at time when it is landing at point C. So the x component goes the same way, but the y component will change its direction, and this would be the answer, final velocity with which the projectile is hitting the ground. So this is how you have to pick up the options for this kind of format. Any doubt? मोहन सर मैं एग्ज़ाम देना जा रहा हूँ. Okay, fine, good. So Tahid, horizontal component will remain the same. Yes, good. So you people are participating well. That is a good sign. Keep improving, keep participating. Any doubt from this part? Or shall we move? Okay. So question 3 answer says it is u cos theta only. So this is what we have understood. Moving to the next question. Two vectors. So these two vectors A and B. So these are two different vectors. So your vector A is given to you as 2i cap plus j cap. Fine. Then we have another vector B, which is 2j cap plus k cap. Fine. So so we have two vectors A and B. Then we have to find out A plus 2B. Okay, fine. So first we'll define 2B, and when you define 2B, you simply multiply this vector with 2, and that gives you what? 4j plus 2 times k. Then vector A is the very same, that is 2i cap plus j cap. Now finally we have to define A plus 2B. So what is that A plus 2B? Simply we'll go and add these two. So when you define A plus 2B, so what is this A plus 2B is? So 2i cap will remain there. 4j plus j gives you 5j and plus 2k. So this is the answer for this one. And if I ask you how you will find out the magnitude for this, so magnitude is 2 square plus 5 square plus 2 square, the whole under the root, and this is probably the magnitude of A plus 2B. Any doubt from this part? There is some reflection error coming on this slide, so just ignore that part and focus on the main question that is given to you clearly in the white color format. So good, Tahid has given me the right answer, that is 2i cap plus 5j plus 2k. Good, Tahid. Then Chandrakala, okay, good. Now shall we move? If you are done with this, I think we should move. Yes, so this was the third question, and now the next question is purely a unit dimension based question. If energy E, velocity v and time t are chosen as fundamental quantities, then the dimensional formula of force is. Okay, so we know the dimensional formula of force, that is mlt minus 2, that is mass into acceleration. Dimensional formula of energy is m l square t minus 2. The dimensional formula for velocity is lt minus 1, and for the time it is only t. Now we have to find out the dimensional formula of force in a new system of units where E, V and T are taken as fundamental units. So the basic approach is F is some constant K, energy. So energy power A, we are raising the power that defines the contribution of energy in defining the force. So this is E power A, then V is, will put it as power B, and time with power C. Now just put the values m l t minus 2 on the left hand side, and this is For the energy part, this is what? M L square T minus 2 whole power A velocity LT minus 1 whole power B time power C, and this is M power A L power 2A from the first bracket plus B from the second, and T is minus 2A minus B plus C. So, this is the last contribution. K is a constant which we cannot define it from the dimensional analysis part, so we will simply ignore it. Now, equating the powers. So, what is the value of A? So, when you look at the power of M on the left hand side, it is 1, and on the other side, so A comes out to be 1. Then second equation, 2A plus B is also 1. So, when you put the value of A as 1, so this is 2 plus B is equal to 1. So, B is equal to 1 minus 2, that gives you minus 1, and minus 2 A is 1 minus B is minus 1 plus C is equal to minus 2, and this gives you what? Minus 2 plus 1 plus C is equal to minus 2, and that gives you C as minus 1. So, primarily when you put the values in this format, so E power 1 V power B is minus 1, and T power C, and that is also minus 1. So, this is the dimensional formula of the force in new system of units in which your E, V and T are taken as the fundamental units. So, we got the option as E, V minus 1, T minus 1, and primarily the first option is the clear answer for this. Any doubt from this approach? You can do it by your even hit and trial method also, but I think this is the sure shot way to derive the relation among the different physical quantities. Any doubt from this part? Any doubt? Shall we move? Yes, this is the first option we have. Moving to next question. The next question is, a stationary boat having mass 4m at the surface of a pond. If a man of mass m jumps out from the boat with velocity v, then velocity of boat after jumping is. So, okay, fine. So, this is a stationary boat of mass 4m, and if a man of mass, so this is a man of mass m. Got it? So, if a man of mass m jumps out, so if he jumps out from the boat with velocity v, so what is the initial momentum of the system? So, initial momentum, because the whole system, the boat with mass 4m and man is there on the boat of having mass m. So, initially momentum of the system is, initial momentum of the system is 0, right. So, there is no external force, so momentum will remain conserved, the final momentum. So, when a man jumps, he jumps with the velocity v. Got it? So, fine, plus the momentum of the boat, and let us suppose this is v dash. So, final momentum would again be 0. So, when you extract the value of v dash, so this m goes. So, this is minus v by 4. So, just to conserve the momentum, initially there was no momentum, but man jumps. So, this is more or less like recoil of a gun also. The very same example we follow it. So, this is how, if a man jumps, so just to conserve the momentum, boat will be slightly towards this side. Got it or not? So, this is minus v by 4. So minus indicates, so if a man is jumping towards one side, the boat will be moving slightly to the other side, opposite side, so that the final momentum of the system will remain 0. So any doubt from this part? So this was, Rishabh has given the right option, V/4. I hope you people must have understood it clearly. Shall we? Okay, so let me check. This is minus V/4 only. Got it? Now, you have two perfectly elastic objects A and B of identical mass are moving with velocity 15 and 10 meter respectively, 10 meter per second respectively, collide along the line joining of their centers. Their velocities after collision are respectively. So you have two masses. So this is mass m1, that is m only, and moving with, let's suppose, 15 meter per second. There is another mass, let's label it as m2, which is again m, and moving with 10 meter per second. So they are on the same line. Got it? Their velocities after collision are respectively. So this is a very fundamental question because this is an elastic collision. So though we have the conservation of momentum and conservation of kinetic energy, but I would like to give you the direct formula how you go for it. The final velocities after collision, let's label for the first particle m1 as v1. So we put it simply m1 minus m2 into u1 plus 2 m2 u2 by m1 plus m2. So this is the formula which you people can easily remember it, and it would help you if you are aware of this formula or if you can memorize this formula. So these two masses are equal, so this part definitely goes. So this is 2m u2 by m1 plus m2, that is also. So what is this? So v1 will finally be u2, and what is this u2 is? So in terms of I'm like speed, so that would be 10 meter per second. Similarly, if you go with the final velocity after collision for particle 2, so that would also be on the parallel, same way, same fashion. We just need to remember this formula. So the best way is you just simply replace 2 with 1 notations across the formula, and this part again goes. So this again gives you u1, and what was u1? So that was 15 meter per second, and primarily this is the answer, 10 meter per second and 15 meter per second. So the very first option is the clear option for this part. Any doubt? Anything you would like to ask? Yes, Rishabh, Tahid, Moham, Sandy, whosoever is present, do participate and try to understand. Are you clear on this part? Shall we move? I think we should move on. Now, the next question. At what height from surface of Earth the total energy of a satellite is equal to its potential energy at a height of 3r from surface of Earth? Fine. So this is from the gravitation part, and we are dealing with the satellite. So first we need to understand what is the potential energy of the satellite at height h. So that potential energy is minus g capital M, that is mass of Earth, into small m, that is the mass of the object, that may be a satellite, and this is r plus h, where h is the height from the surface, which is given to you as 3r. So this becomes minus g m m by r plus r, that means r plus h, that is 3r. So r plus 3r becomes 4r. So this is the potential energy. The total energy of a satellite. Now what is the expression for the total energy? Total energy is minus g m m by 2 times r plus h dash, where h dash is again the height, and this is, we are supposed to find it out. But under the given condition, these two energies, the total energy of a satellite is equal to its potential energy. Fine. So this was the potential energy, and total energy is minus g m m by, if I simply say this is 2r plus 2h dash. Got it? Now when you just solve it, so it means 4r is equal to 2r plus 2h dash, and that gives you 2r is equal to 2h dash. So h dash is equal to r. So this is the required condition. It means at height, that is equal to radius of, where r is the radius, so height, which is equal to height from the surface, which is equal to radius of Earth, the total energy is equal to its potential energy. So the option we have is the second option. So shall we? Any doubt from this part? You just need to remember these two formulas, and under the given situation आप सिर्फ इन फॉर्मूलाज को इक्वेट कर दीजिए एज पर द क्वेश्चन इज डिमांडिंग, एंड दैट इज, सो ऑल दीज क्वेश्चंस आर क्वाइट, आई मीन लाइक feasible for you, quite easy for you if you know all the formulas, and I hope you people are ready with your formula bank by this time. If still not, then I must suggest you please make a list of all the important formulas across all the chapters from, I mean like, the syllabus of your 11th, 12th and whatever syllabus is there for your NEET exam. So this is something, if you have the formula chart, formula list, then you can solve most of the questions which are actually straightforward and easy to solve. So let's verify it from the answer slide as well. Yes, so this is the second option we have. Any doubt? So Rishabh is saying no doubt. Aarti Pahuja, yes sir, Aarti given me the right answer. So good Aarti, you have given me the right answer as R only. I think then we must move on. Now we have two satellites A and B of masses m and 3m are revolving in circular orbits of radius r and 4r around the Earth. The ratio of their orbital speeds, VA ratio VB. So what is the orbital speed? Do we have the formula for the orbital speed? So orbital speed is given by, either you remember it in terms of this small g, that is acceleration due to gravity. So either you put it as root gr, or you simply put it as gm by r under the root, where this r is basically primarily the radius, that is orbital radius. So this is not, now this time this is not your radius of this, so this is the radius of the circular orbit we have. This is not a radius of Earth, or if I must correct it, Okay, fine. So this is let me just correct it as the as radius, that is the radius of the orbit. You got it? Or then we don't require the other formula, we'll simply go by this formula. So this is inversely proportional to radius of the circular orbit when you compare it for A and B. So this is primarily the circular orbit B by A. This is in under the root, so we'll keep the root intact. Got it? So what is the radius of B? This is 4r. And what is the radius of this? This is r. And this ratio comes out to be 2:1. So masses has no significance. So this orbital speed is basically independent of the mass. So this is the different formula in terms of the radius of Earth. So that is the different. We are not going with that formula, so you need not to worry on that part. So let me just remove this so that you just retain the very first formula we have. Okay. So this is how we got the question. Any doubt from this part? Any doubt? 2:1. Rishabh has given me the right answer. Then we have a new person who has just joined, who has given me hi. Hello, Bhakti Dham. Good. Good, Bhakti. Very good. Nice to see you. So I hope you have understood this. So shall we move on? Shall we move to the next question? So yes, this was the fourth option we had. Moving to the next question. Okay. If h is the height of a liquid column and rho is the density of liquid, then the average pressure exerted due to liquid on a vertical wall of a container as shown in figure. Okay, so this is something interesting. So let's suppose we have a cylindrical vessel and its radius is assumed to be this r, and this is filled with water up to height h. Now we have to find out average pressure exerted due to liquid on a vertical wall of a container. Average pressure. Got it? On the walls of the container. So for that, we'll consider a small cross section, and we'll observe a point, let's suppose some point P at this position, which may be at a depth x, and this strip, we have assumed this strip is of width dx. So you have a cylinder and we have assumed a strip that is basically along the walls of the container, and this strip is of thickness dx. So because this point of observation where you have observed that strip for the observation part, so the pressure at this point, the pressure exerted will definitely be because of this part of the liquid which is at height x above that point. So what is the pressure at that point? Pressure at point P would be h rho g, where x is the this height of the liquid column above the point of observation, rho is the density, and g is this. Then what is the small force because of this acting on this? So force per unit area. So this is the observation area. So this force would be P dot small area of observation dA. So this P is what? X rho g, and the area of this strip. So this strip is of thickness dx, so its circumference is 2 pi r into thickness, so that defines the area. So this is the small force, and just to have the force on all the walls of the container, so this is extending it, we need to integrate it just to find out the total force, and because of this, up to a level which is filled with liquid, that is height h. So that gives me the total force. Got it? So 2 pi r remains constant, rho constant, g constant. It's only x into dx. So x dx, and when you go by the integral and put the limits, so that gives you h square by 2 as the total force. Got it? Now we have to find out the average pressure. So what is that average pressure is? Average pressure is total force per unit area, because we have to consider only the curved surface area, because we are considering only the walls. So that wall means for this cylindrical cross section, these are the curved surface area of the wall. So that means it is 2 pi r times h, where h is the height of the liquid. So when you divide it, this force with 2 pi r h, so that gives you h rho g by 2. So this is the average pressure exerted on the walls of the container. So that liquid is filled up to height h. So this is h rho g by 2. So h rho g by 2. अगर बच्चों आपसे पूछा होता what is the pressure on the, I mean like pressure exerted by this liquid column, and that pressure is assumed to be on the base, so that means it is simply h rho g. जो नॉर्मल प्रेशर रहता है लिक्विड कॉलम का वो h rho g रहता है, एंड दैट इज ऑन दिस बेस ऑफ द कंटेनर. बट व्हेन यू हैव specific question on the walls, side walls of the container, that pressure is h rho g by 2. And I must say कि ये क्वेश्चन आपका पुराने टाइम में PYQ में फिट होता है. So please understand this question if you have. This is just to observe a point. Pressure on x distance. Pressure on at x distance, the pressure is at a x depth. So this point P as a, or this point P, this point of observation where we have, so it has liquid of height h above that, and we know pressure at that point due to the liquid is basically or primarily due to the I mean like the liquid part which is above that point of observation. So h rho g, so instead of h, so we have a column x that is exerting pressure at point P. So x rho g was the pressure assumed at that point of observation, and that point of observation was on the one strip of observation that was on the vertical walls. And this is how we have attempted the rest of the concept. Any doubt from this part? So shall we move? Yes, h rho g by 2. Now the next question is the percentage change in length of 1 meter iron rod if its temperature changes by 100 degree is, and alpha for iron is 2 into 10 to the power minus 5 per degree centigrade. So we know this is basically a thermal expansion, and this is a linear thermal expansion, and we know if you have a original length L1, if you heat that rod, that particular configuration, that material, its length becomes L2, and how the L1 and L2 are related to each other. So we need to again remember this formula, where this alpha is primarily the thermal coefficient of linear expansion. So how you interpret it? L2 minus L1 by L1 into delta T, that is the thermal coefficient of linear expansion, and its unit is degree centigrade inverse. Got it? Now we have to find out the percentage change in the length. So it means percentage change in length upon original length. So as per the given expression, L2 minus L1 by L1. So this is the relative change in length, and if you multiply it by 100, that gives you the percentage change in length. And when you extract this value from this expression, so it gives you alpha times delta T, and we need to multiply it by 100 to get the value as the percentage change in the length due to heating. Now this alpha is given to us as 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 5 per degree, and this delta T, its temperature changes by 100 degree, multiply by this 100 for the percentage part, and that gives you 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 1 or 0.2%. That is the increase in the length of the rod, or this iron rod, if its temperature changes by 100 degree, and alpha, that thermal coefficient for iron, is known to us. So any doubt from this part? So Shailesh, Sheila Shah, okay, good. Sheila Shah, good. So it's first option. Yes, she has given me the right answer. Good. Manu, class 10th. What is that class 10th means? Okay, whatever it is. So I hope you people have understood this. Any doubt? If you have any doubt, please do ask me, or shall we move to the next? So moving to the next, your answer slide also says the same thing, 0.2%. Now, which of the following is correct representation of equation of continuity, where symbols have their usual meanings? Okay, fine. So you may have a tube of flow, maybe of varying cross section, and if you just observe, this is your inlet and this is your outlet. So liquid is entering and coming out of this zone. So if you just follow the principle of law of conservation of energy, and this is the total energy, this is the pressure head, this is the velocity head, and this is the gravitational head, that remains constant. So this is Bernoulli's equation, which is based on conservation of energy, but we have to find out equation of continuity. So this is probably not the answer, because this is, they are talking about this Bernoulli's theorem, which is based on conservation of energy. Now at this point, the rate of flow of liquid, this is primarily, now we are considering one more law, that is conservation of mass. So if you define the rate of flow of mass, that means whatever input mass is entering at this point, the same amount of mass will flow out. So the rate remains constant, and this rate of flow of mass, so it means m1 by t1 is m2 by t2, and that gives you the concept as a rho v. So that remains constant, where a is the area of cross section, v is the speed with which it is entering, and rho is primarily this type. If I put it like this, a1 rho 1 v1 is equal to a2 rho 2 v2. So this is valid for any type of fluid, but if you have incompressible fluid, then a1 v1 is equal to a2 v2. So this is valid for incompressible fluid, because in that situation the density of the fluid will remain same at both the points, entering and at the inlet at the outlet point. So this is valid for incompressible, but this equation of continuity is valid for all the types of fluids we have. So this is not true, this is not true. So the second option is the correct option. Any doubt? Sheila Shah, this is primarily based on the law of equation of continuity is basically the rate of flow of liquid, that means rate of flow of mass at the input point is equal to rate of flow of the same amylase at the output point. So that means this is based on the conservation of mass. Got it? Whereas the first equation was the conservation of energy, and that was purely a Bernoulli's equation. So I hope this is clear to everyone. Moving to the next. The correct SI unit of bulk modulus among the given options is. So what is bulk modulus? So bulk modulus is basically defined as, this is normal stress per unit volumetric strain. So normal stress will give you the concept as increase in pressure that gives you decrease in volume with a negative sign. And we know strain is, any type of strain is dimensionless. So primarily dimension wise it is only the increase in the pressure, and that is Newton per meter square as the SI unit, and dimensionally it is ml minus 1 t minus 2 as the dimensions for bulk modulus. So this is Newton per meter square. This is the first option we have. Any doubt? Shall we move? Yes, so this was the. Now the fundamental frequency in an open organ pipe is equal to the third harmonic of a closed pipe. Fine. So this is the fundamental frequency of the open pipe and the third harmonic of a closed organ pipe. If the length of the closed organ pipe is 20, the length of the open pipe is. So fundamental frequency of the open pipe is V by 2L. Got it? So length of the open pipe, let it be LO. And this is equal to the third harmonic. Third harmonic of what? Third harmonic of a closed pipe. So closed pipe का fundamental frequency रहता है 4 times its length. So this is close. So this goes, and we have the length of the closed pipe. So this would be L naught. What is L naught? L naught is 20. What is that is? So this is what? This is 5, so 6. Where is this? What is this problem? Oh, this is some error while. So we have to find out FL. So length of open pipe, open organ pipe. So we are finding it as 4 by 3 and LC. So this is LO by 2. Got it? So this is 4 by 3 length of closed pipe 20, and this is 2. So this is 40 by 3, and that gives me 13.33 sort of centimeter. So this is option number 1 we have. Got it? Any doubt? Shall we move? Yes, so this is 13.33 centimeter. Now, the next part, the next question, a particle is executing SHM of amplitude A. The distance of the point from equilibrium position at which its potential energy is 25% of its kinetic energy, okay, will be. So, first we need to find out. So, we will simply use the expression, direct expression what we are. So, if you know all the formulas, m v square, so v square is omega square a square minus x square. So, this is the kinetic energy and potential energy is half m omega square x square. So, it says the distance of the point from equilibrium position at which its potential energy is 25%. So, potential energy is 25%, means 1 by 4 of its kinetic energy. Got it? So, potential energy is half m omega square x square is equal to 1 by 4, and what is your kinetic energy? Half m omega square a square minus x square. So, this common part goes. So, 4x square is equal to a square minus x square, or you say 5x square is equal to a square. So, we have to find out x. So, x comes out to be a by root 5 plus minus. Plus minus means that is on both sides of its mean equilibrium position. So, x, that means the position where potential energy is 25% of its kinetic energy, that is given by a by, where a is the amplitude, a by root 5 plus minus on both the sides. So, this is the answer, a by root 5. Any doubt? Any doubt you have? So, Sheila Shah, Nance Rishabh, Mrityunjay Biswal. Shall we move? If I give you a question, find the position from its equilibrium position if amplitude is A, where potential energy is equal to kinetic energy. So, potential energy we know half m omega square x square, kinetic energy we know half m omega square a square minus x square. So, this common part again goes. So, x square plus x square gives you 2x square is equal to a square. So, x is equal to a by root 2 plus minus. So, this is another numerical. So, this is the position where your kinetic energy and potential energy is equal. Any doubt? So, this is a different numerical based on the same concept. Shall we move? The mean free path of molecule is given by. So, mean free path, your lambda is 1 by root 2 pi n into d square, where n is the number density, that means number per unit volume, and d is the diameter. So, when you simply put it like this, got it? And in terms of pressure and temperature, so this can be written as kT by root 2 pi d square times P. Now, if you have or if you know all the formulas for your this mean free path, you can answer any of the question now. Any of the option you can pick. Directly proportional to pressure? No. Is it directly proportional on volume? If you look at this, if you just inverse this expression, so this is the correct option we are getting. Inversely proportional to volume? No, this is again wrong, as you can see clearly from all the formulas. Inversely proportional on temperature? No, this is directly proportional on temperature. So this is also wrong. So the answer we have, looking at all the formulas, so this is the second option. Moving to the next question. The pressure versus temperature graph of 2 moles of neon gas is as shown in the figure. The ratio of heat absorbed to change in internal energy of gas in process 1 to 2. Okay. If you look at this pressure versus temperature curve, this is the straight line curve passing through the origin. And if I put it, the ideal gas equation like this. So here you say P is directly proportional to T and P is directly proportional to T. That means this clearly gives you volume for this process remains constant. So this is possible only when you have a constant volume. Now we have to find out ratio of the heat absorbed to change in internal energy. So ratio of the heat absorbed, that may be Q, and the change in internal energy delta U. Got it? So this is the ratio we are supposed to find it out. And if I simply apply your first law of thermodynamics, so that clearly says the heat supplied gives you change in internal energy plus pressure volume work done. As you can see, volume for this process remains constant, so delta V is 0, so this part goes. So Q is equal to delta U. When you say Q is equal to delta U, so this ratio is primarily 1 only. So this is one of the fine questions we have. I hope you people have understood it. Any doubt? So this is the first option. Moving to, yes, answer slide also says the same. Moving to the next question. Energy required for the electron excitation in lithium plus from the first to the third Bohr orbit. So this is not a hydrogen, but this is a hydrogen-like species, and expression for hydrogen-like species, the energy expression is minus 13.6 Z square by N square. So Z for lithium atomic number is 3. So this is minus 13.6 into 3 square becomes 9 by N square. But we have to find out energy required for the electron excitation in lithium plus from the first to the third orbit. So we have to find out energy required. So that means we simply need to find out this expression, the energy difference between these two levels, the third energy level and the first energy level for lithium 2 plus. So you simply put the values, minus 13.6 into 9. So 1 by 3 square, so that becomes what? 1 by 3 square becomes 9, and this is minus 1. And when you solve it, minus 13.6 into 9 into, and this is minus 8 by 9, so that gives you plus. So this gives you minus, minus also gives you plus, so that gives you 108.8 electron volt, and this is a standard unit electron volt for this expression. Any doubt? Fine. So moving to next. So this is your option number 3. Yes, this is option number 3 we have. Moving to the next. The nuclear density of a material of atomic mass number 27 is some rho naught. Then nuclear density of a material of atomic mass number 125. We know nuclear density is a constant. It does not depend on any of the parameters for this, at least mass number. So nuclear density will remain same. We can derive this formula very easily. So this is a straightforward question. So let it be rho naught only. So this is same, and this is of the order of 10 raised to power 17 kg per cubic meter. So this is the standard question. People can easily memorize it. Yes, this is rho naught only. Then we have next question, that is monochromatic light of frequency f1 is incident on a photo cell and stopping potential is found to be V1. Okay. So first, this is based on your photoelectric effect. So the equation of photoelectric effect says H into incident frequency, and that incident frequency is, let's suppose, f1 in the first situation. So this is as per your this Einstein's equation of photoelectric effect. So this is a standard work function plus kinetic energy or stopping potential. So this stopping potential is V1. So this is the first equation we have. What is the new stopping potential if it is radiated by a monochromatic light of frequency f2? So this is phi naught, the work function will remain same, and this is E times V2. This is the second equation, and we have to find out V2 only. So if you subtract first equation from the second one, so H f2 minus f1, this phi naught goes, and this is E times V2 minus V1. And when you rearrange it, so H by E f2 minus f1 plus V1 gives you the second stopping potential V2. Got it? So this is a simple question. So V2 is V1 plus H by E f2 minus f1, and this is given to you clearly in your option number 1. Shall we move? Any doubt? So this is the option number 1 only. Moving to the next. In the figure shown, if the voltage drop in the forward biased diode is 0.2. So here we have a voltage drop, and then the potential difference between P and Q. So we have to find out potential difference between P and Q is. Fine. So potential difference, potential at point P is Vp minus, so there is some potential drop across this resistance, and that is 0.4 milli in the sense 10 to the power minus 3 ampere, multiply by this resistance, which is 5 kilo 10 to the power 3. So this is the potential drop. Then there is some drop across the diode also. So this is minus 0.2. The same current is flowing through this resistance also. So that is also minus 0.4 milli 10 to the power minus 3, multiply by the resistance of this part, that means 10 kilo, and this is equal to, and when you solve this Vp minus Vq, so this comes out to be 6.2 volt only. So that means this is the third option we have. Any doubt from this part? Now, if two coherent waves are represented by y1 is equal to 4 sin omega t and y2 is equal to 3 sin omega t plus pi by 3 interfere at a point, the amplitude of the resulting wave will be. So, if you look at the amplitude of the first wave is 4, the amplitude of the second wave is 3, but with a phase difference of pi by 3, that is 60 degree, pi by 3 radians. So amplitude of the resultant wave is given by A1 square, that means amplitude of the first wave, plus A2 square plus 2A1 A2 cos of phase difference, that is pi by 3, and this is the whole under the root we have. So what is the amplitude of the first wave? That is 4. What is the amplitude of the second wave? That is 3. Cos pi by 3 is 1 by 2 only. So this 2 goes with this. So 16 plus 9 plus 12. So this is root of 37, which is primarily close to 6 point something, and that 6 point something is close to 6.1. So this is the option given in second option. This correct option is second option. Any doubt? Shall we move? Yes, this is the second option. Now, the third question, that is from the optics part. A ray of light traveling inside a rectangular glass block of refractive index root 2, okay, is incident on glass air surface at an angle of incidence 45 degree. The ray will, okay, just pay attention. So this is your glass slab. Its refractive index is given to us as root 2. So there is light, and this light is incident at an angle of 45 degree. You got it? So this light has to come out, and this is the angle of refraction. Let it be R in general. So just apply your Snell's law at this point. So what is Snell's law? Sine of angle of incidence, which is 45 degree, to the sine of refraction, that is R, is equal to mu. And you are moving from glass to air. So glass to air, and you simply put it as mu A by mu G. And this mu air is 1, mu glass is known to us as root 2. Got it? On the left hand side, sine 45 is 1 by root 2, and sine R, we have to find out this, comment on this R only. So when you look at this, sine R comes out to be 1, or R comes out to be 90 degree. So it means instead of coming out at this angle, the angle of refraction is 90 degree. So if I just redraw this diagram, so this is the angle of refraction, and that comes out to be 90 degrees. So this is your refracted ray, and that will just graze over the interface. It means this is like a what? A critical angle. So this 45 degrees is known to us as critical angle. So it will emerge? No. It will graze out? Yes. It is purely grazing out. Will not emerge? This is also wrong. Will emerge without any deviation. So the correct option for this is the second option. Any doubt from this part? Yes, so this is the second option. So now we'll take a short break, and the rest of the questions your sir will help you to understand the rest of the 22 questions, whatever we are left with. So Ronak sir will join you shortly. Just we'll go for a short break. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the class. Let's start the class and we will discuss the remaining 22 questions for this AIATS plus MT5 paper, right? So let's start the discussion, right? So I hope आपको पहले के सेशन में कोई डाउट नहीं रहे होंगे, है ना? And your all the doubts are cleared. Okay, so just a second. सो कहाँ है बेटा सब? कमेंट करके अपनी प्रेजेंस को एक बार बताइए। चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन से। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन या आप इसको क्वेश्चन 24 बोल सकते हैं। दिस इज द क्वेश्चन 24 ऑफ दिस पेपर, है ना? क्वेश्चन आपका ऑप्टिक्स पे बेस्ड है, ठीक है? क्वेश्चन आपका ऑप्टिक्स पे बेस्ड है। ये कहता है द क्वेश्चन सेज दैट अ कॉन्केव मिरर हैज अ फोकल लेंथ ऑफ 20 सेंटीमीटर, अ रियल ऑब्जेक्ट इज प्लेस्ड एट अ डिस्टेंस 40 सेंटीमीटर in front of it from the pole. Mirror produces an image from the pole at a distance of, ठीक है? तो आपके पास एक कॉन्केव मिरर है जिसकी फोकल लेंथ कितनी है बेटा? 20 सेंटीमीटर है और ऑब्जेक्ट कहाँ पे प्लेस्ड है? 40 सेंटीमीटर पे, ठीक है ना? तो इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चन। आपको अगर आपको क्वेश्चन समझ में आ रहा है, इफ़ यू आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग द क्वेश्चन, देन आपको कुछ कैलकुलेशन करने की जरूरत भी नहीं है। यू कैन डायरेक्टली गिव द आंसर जस्ट बाय लुकिंग एट द डेटा, ठीक है? तो आपको फोकल लेंथ कितनी बताइए बेटा? फोकल लेंथ बताइए 20 सेंटीमीटर, ठीक है? और ऑब्जेक्ट जो प्लेस्ड है u, दैट इज इक्वल टू 40 सेंटीमीटर, राइट? सो दिस इज फोकल लेंथ, दैट मीन्स दैट द ऑब्जेक्ट डिस्टेंस कितनी हो जाएगी? ऑब्जेक्ट डिस्टेंस 2f हो जाएगी बेटा, ठीक है ना? तो आपको पता है अगर ऑब्जेक्ट आपने 2f पे रखा है, इफ द ऑब्जेक्ट इज प्लेस्ड एट 2f इन फ्रंट ऑफ अ कॉन्केव मिरर, देन द इमेज विल बी फॉर्म्ड एट द सेम पोजिशन, है ना? बट द इमेज विल बी इन्वर्टेड। सो इमेज का नेचर कैसा होगा? रियल एंड इन्वर्टेड। हेलो एवरीवन। सो अगर आप इसको थोड़ा समझें तो ये इसका रे डायग्राम है आपके सामने, ठीक है? दिस इज द रे डायग्राम फॉर यू। यू हैव अ कॉन्केव मिरर एंड यू कैन सी दैट दिस इज माय ऑब्जेक्ट, दिस इज द ऑब्जेक्ट एंड ये उसकी इमेज बनी है। दिस इमेज इज रियल एंड इन्वर्टेड। इमेज का नेचर कैसा है? इमेज का नेचर है बेटा रियल इन्वर्टेड है, बट इट इज एट द सेम पोजीशन एज द ऑब्जेक्ट, ठीक है ना? तो इट इज अ सिंपल क्वेश्चन। आंसर इज 40 सेंटीमीटर ओनली। सो इसका आंसर अगर आप देखें तो इसका आंसर आएगा ऑप्शन 3, दैट इज 40 सेंटीमीटर, ठीक है? कोई डाउट बेटा किसी को इस क्वेश्चन में? इसमें अगर आप मिरर इक्वेशन में डेटा भी पुट करते तो आपको सेम ही आंसर मिलता है ना? 1/v minus 1/u, sorry, plus 1/u, it is equal to 1/f. So 1/v you need to find. The u in this case is minus 2f and the focal length of concave mirror will be taken as negative. So from here also the value of v will be equal to minus 2f. ठीक है? चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं बेटा। साइन कन्वेंशन एक्सप्लेन कर दीजिए सर। ओके, जस्ट लेट मी एक्सप्लेन यू द साइन कन्वेंशन। बेटा इस मिरर में जब आप साइन कन्वेंशन को आपको समझना है तो आप रे की डायरेक्शन में जो चीजें हैं, जो रे की डायरेक्शन में जो चीजें हैं ना बेटा, जो इन दिस डायरेक्शन, ये वाली जो डायरेक्शन है, इस डायरेक्शन में जो भी डिस्टेंसेस हैं वो आपको पॉजिटिव लेने हैं और इस डायरेक्शन के ऑपोजिट जो भी डिस्टेंसेस है वो आपको नेगेटिव लेने हैं, ठीक है? और डिस्टेंसेस आप कहाँ से मेजर कर रहे हैं? आप उनको पोल से कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? सो इफ यू वांट टू सी, लेट मी रब दिस। सी, दिस इज द पोल and my object is placed over here. So from pole this is the distance u, ठीक है? पोल से ये डिस्टेंस u है और ये इंसिडेंट रे के ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में, ये मेरी पॉजिटिव डायरेक्शन है एंड आई एम taking my distance along this direction, so u will be negative. So u की वैल्यू कितनी होगी बेटा, -2f होगी. और फोकल लेंथ तो आपको पता ही है, फोकल लेंथ तो आपको पता है, ये रेज यहाँ पे कन्वर्ज हो रही है तो ये डिस्टेंस भी नेगेटिव ही होगी, दैट यू नो दैट. चलिए आगे बढ़ते बेटा. आई होप जिसने साइन अंजलि मिश्रा, बेटा साइन कन्वेंशन, आई हैव एक्सप्लेन द साइन कन्वेंशन, आई होप आपको समझ में आया होगा. ओके, लेट्स मूव टू अनदर क्वेश्चन. इट सेज दैट the electric field part of an electromagnetic wave in a medium is represented by, so you have been given the electric field of a electromagnetic wave, है ना, उसके so x component is 0, that means that, and z component is 0, that means that electric field जो EM wave के साथ जो electric field associated है, that is in along the y direction. ठीक है, तो ये रही equation, this is the equation. All the parameters are in SI unit, so you have to comment about the frequency, wavelength and the direction of propagation of this EM wave, right? So this is the equation that has been given to you. Ey, that is equal to 3.5 Newton per Coulomb sine 2 pi into 10 raised to the power 3t minus the equation. So let me write out the actual equation. Suppose that I want to write the equation for the electric field associated with an EM wave. It will be equal to Ey. I'm taking the electric field along y-axis. मैं ये assume कर रहा हूँ कि electric field y-axis के along ही है. So Ey, it will be equal to E naught sine of omega t minus kx. सपोज आपको स्टैंडर्ड इक्वेशन इस फॉर्मेट में दी हुई है, ठीक है, E naught sin kx minus omega t, ठीक है. So what you can conclude is that E naught is the amplitude of the electric field. E naught क्या है, एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड है. इसकी डायरेक्शन कैसे डिटरमाइन करेंगे, वेव किस डायरेक्शन में प्रोपोगेट कर रही है कैसे डिटरमाइन करेंगे. यू कैन लुक एट द आर्ग्यूमेंट. आप ये आर्ग्यूमेंट वाला टर्म देखें. इफ इट इज अ फॉर्म ऑफ के एक्स माइनस ओमेगा टी और ओमेगा टी माइनस के एक्स, इट मीन्स दैट द वेव इज प्रोपोगेटिंग अलॉन्ग पॉजिटिव एक्स एक्सिस. ठीक है, आपको आर्ग्यूमेंट में देखना बेटा, आर्ग्यूमेंट में x है तो इसका मतलब या तो वेव इज प्रोपोगेटिंग अलोंग पॉजिटिव x या वेव इज प्रोपोगेटिंग अलोंग नेगेटिव x, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द साइन वो कैसे अरेंज्ड है, kx माइनस ओमेगा टी या ओमेगा टी माइनस kx, इट मीन्स दैट द वेव इज प्रोपोगेटिंग अलोंग पॉजिटिव x एक्सिस. ठीक है, एंड द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज अलोंग y एक्सिस. ऑब्वियसली इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड जो होती है वो वेव के प्रोपोगेशन के डायरेक्शन के परपेंडिकुलर रहती है. ठीक है, तो दिस पार्ट इज क्लियर. के एक्स माइनस ओमेगा टी माइनस के एक्स. अगर यहाँ पे z होता, ओमेगा टी माइनस के z होता, तो आप उसको पॉजिटिव z एक्सिस बोलते. तो अगर आप वेव की डायरेक्शन ऑफ प्रोपोगेशन डिटरमाइन करना चाहते हैं, यू नीड टू लुक एट द आर्ग्यूमेंट कि जो साइन कोसाइन फंक्शन है उसका आर्ग्यूमेंट क्या दिया हुआ है. ठीक है, सो वी आर डन विद वन पार्ट. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट फ्रीक्वेंसी. हाउ डू यू फाइंड फ्रीक्वेंसी? सो यू हैव बीन गिवन ओमेगा टी. सो ओमेगा इज व्हाट, 2 pi f. So 2 pi f, this f is your frequency. So according to the question, 2 pi f is given to you as 2 pi into 10 raised to the power 3. So frequency is 1000 hertz, right? What else do we need to find? And wavelength. So another term is, this is kx, right? K is 2 pi by lambda. So 2 pi by lambda, it is equal to, it is given to you as 2 pi by 10 raised to the power 3. So lambda is also 1000 meters. So this is an EM wave. It is similar like SHM equation, right sir? Not SHM equation, it is similar like the progressive wave equation. If you want to write the equation of a wave, it will be something like y, that is equal to a sine of kx minus omega t. So if you are talking about the similarity, so yes, it is similar to the equation of progressive wave. So let's get back to the question. So it says that you have a EM wave जिसकी frequency है 1000 hertz, जिसका wavelength है 1000 meter, and it is propagating along the positive x-axis, right? So let's have a look at the option. First option says that it is moving along positive x direction with frequency and wavelength. सही है बेटा. Option 1 should be the correct answer to this problem. is it AIATS of TYM? No, it is not AIATS of TYM. It is the what do you say? It is AIATS plus. It's a new series that we have. Okay, so the correct answer to this problem is option 1. किसी को डाउट है बेटा इस प्रॉब्लम में? Any doubt? Okay, I guess there is no doubt. Let's move forward. चलिए. An LCR series circuit is initially in resonance. The angular frequency of the AC source is then increased to twice. As a result, the source voltage leads the current by 30 degree. The resistance of the circuit is, and you have been said that symbols have their. Okay, I am from Aakash Bhatinda. Okay, good. Okay, so you have to find the resistance of the circuit. तो बेटा ये LCR सीरीज सर्किट है, ठीक है, और इसमें क्या बोल रहे हैं कि जो एंगुलर फ्रीक्वेंसी है सोर्स की, इट इज इंक्रीज टू ट्वाइस. अच्छा, पहले सर्किट रेजोनेंस की कंडीशन में है, उसके बाद जो आपकी एंगुलर फ्रीक्वेंसी है उसको ट्वाइस पे इंक्रीज कर दिया गया. देन यू नीड टू फाइंड आउट द रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ द सर्किट. ठीक है, तो पहले इस क्वेश्चन को करने के लिए बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट आपको समझना पड़ेगा. ये मैंने आपके सामने एक ग्राफ रखा है बेटा. दिस इज अ ग्राफ विच टेल्स यू कि इम्पिडेंस का वेरिएशन सोर्स की फ्रीक्वेंसी के साथ कैसे है. दिस Z, इट डिनोट्स द इम्पिडेंस एंड दिस इज फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ द सोर्स. ठीक है, अब आपको ये पता है कि रेजोनेंस की कंडीशन में आपकी इम्पिडेंस क्या होती है? मिनिमम होती है. तो ये रहा वो रेजोनेंट फ्रीक्वेंसी. ये रेजोनेंट फ्रीक्वेंसी है. ठीक है, इस केस में इंपेडेंस क्या होता है? मिनिमम होता है ना. इंपेडेंस वैसे होता क्या है बेटा? ये होता है इंपेडेंस अंडर द रूट ऑफ R स्क्वायर. ओके, आई विल गाइड यू फॉर द टाइम मैनेजमेंट. जस्ट हैव अ लुक एट द क्वेश्चन फर्स्ट. सो बेटा ये इंपेडेंस है, इसका फॉर्मूला जो होता है इट इज अंडर द रूट ऑफ R स्क्वायर प्लस XL माइनस XC होल स्क्वायर. XL इज योर इंडक्टिव रिएक्टेंस, XC इज योर कैपेसिटिव रिएक्टेंस. ठीक है, तो रेजोनेंस की कंडीशन में बेटा, रेजोनेंस की कंडीशन में XL इज इक्वल टू XC फॉर द कंडीशन ऑफ रेजोनेंस, है ना. रेजोनेंस की कंडीशन में XL इज इक्वल टू XC. XL XC के बराबर होता है बेटा रेजोनेंस की कंडीशन में. ठीक है, तो इनिशियली जो सर्किट था उसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी रेजोनेंट फ्रीक्वेंसी थी. इसका मतलब क्या होता है? XL XC के बराबर है. ठीक है, उसके बाद आपने फ्रीक्वेंसी को ट्वाइस इंक्रीज कर दिया. दैट मीन्स दैट आप इस रीजन में आ गए, है ना, क्योंकि ये रेजोनेंट फ्रीक्वेंसी है, आपने इंक्रीज किया तो आप इधर आ गए. ठीक है, अच्छा, दिस यू मस्ट नोट दैट रेजोनेंट फ्रीक्वेंसी से कम फ्रीक्वेंसी पे XC इज ग्रेटर देन XL. हम ऐसा बोलते हैं कि जो सर्किट की रिएक्टेंस है वो कैपेसिटिव रिएक्टेंस ज़्यादा है एज कंपेयर टू इंडक्टिव रिएक्टेंस. और रेजोनेंट फ्रीक्वेंसी से ज़्यादा फ्रीक्वेंसी पे XL इज ग्रेटर देन XC. ठीक है, ये कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर है सबको? सो रेजोनेंस फ्रीक्वेंसी पे XL इज इक्वल टू XC. रेजोनेंस फ्रीक्वेंसी से कम की फ्रीक्वेंसी पे XC इज ग्रेटर देन XL और ज़्यादा फ्रीक्वेंसी पे XL is greater than XC, right? Now, let's have a look at the phasor diagram. So this is your resistance. This is your inductive reactance and this is your capacitive reactance, XC. ठीक है? चलिए, अब रेजोनेंस फ्रीक्वेंसी के केस में XL इक्वल टू XC था. अब आपने उसको ट्वाइस इंक्रीज कर दिया. इसका मतलब ये जो नया XL है, दिस हैज चेंज टू 2 टाइम्स ऑफ XL एंड दिस XC इट चेंजेस टू XC बाय 2. ये कैसे आया? 2 टाइम्स XL और XC कैसे आया? देखें बेटा, XL जो होता है दैट इज इक्वल टू ओमेगा L और XC जो होता है दैट इज इक्वल टू 1 ओवर ओमेगा C. और आपने ओमेगा को कर दिया 2 ओमेगा. तो इसका मतलब XL कितना हो गया? XL कितना हो गया बेटा? ओमेगा L हो गया और XC कितना हो गया? 1 ओवर ओमेगा C हो गया. ठीक है, तो XL आपका 2XL बन गया और XC इज बिकम XC बाय 2, right? So this will somewhere be XL, this will be 2XL minus XC by 2. So this is your Z impedance, this is, and this angle is given to you as 30 degree. Sir, my syllabus is not yet, I am scoring around, I am getting depressed day by day. Okay. ओके बेटा, मैं आपको टिप्स देता हूँ स्कोर इंप्रूव करने के, पहले आप क्वेश्चन देख लीजिए. सो बेटा ये 30 डिग्री आ रहा है ना, और आपको रेजिस्टेंस कैलकुलेट करना है, तो मैं रेजिस्टेंस कैलकुलेट कर देता हूँ आपके लिए. देखिए इस ट्राइंगल में मैं लिख सकता हूँ बेटा tan ऑफ 30 डिग्री इट इज इक्वल टू, ये वाली वैल्यू कितनी होगी बेटा, ये हो जाएगी 2XL माइनस XC बाय 2. tan 30 इट इज इक्वल टू 2XL माइनस XC बाय 2 एंड डिवाइडेड बाय R, राइट. बस सॉल्व भी करना बेटा इसको. और रेजोनेंस की कंडीशन में XL इक्वल टू XC था, तो मैं लिख सकता हूँ, जस्ट अ सेकेंड, मैं इसको रब कर देता हूँ बेटा. तो मैं लिख सकता हूँ 1/√3 इट इज इक्वल टू 2XL इन प्लेस ऑफ XC I'll write again XL by 2 by R, right. So if I want to simplify this, okay, I'll write it over here. So I can write that R/√3 it is equal to 3XL by 2, or I can write that R/√3 it is equal to 3/2 omega into L. Omega is your resonant frequency, so it is L into 1/√LC. So from here R is coming out to be equal to 3√3/2 under the root of L by C. बताइए बेटा, पहले क्वेश्चन में डाउट बताइए, किसी को डाउट है क्या? कोई आंसर आ गया बेटा? आंसर आ गया आपका 3√3, ये आ गया आंसर 3√3/2 रूट L by C. बताइए कोई डाउट है किसी को? अच्छा, दीपिका मिश्रा पूछ रहे हैं सर, आई एम माई आर ऑल्सो स्टक बिटवीन 550, हाउ टू इम्प्रूव इट. बेटा कंसिस्टेंट प्रैक्टिस कीजिए, इम्प्रूव हो जाएगा स्कोर. ये बेटा कोई इंस्टेंटेनियस प्रोसेस नहीं है कि आप एकदम से देंगे और आपका स्कोर इम्प्रूव हो जाएगा. इट्स अ कंटिन्यूस प्रोसेस. पेशेंस के साथ, ईमानदारी के साथ आप क्वेश्चन प्रैक्टिस करते रहिए, यू विल गेट योर स्कोर. सर माई सिलेबस नॉट एंड आई एम स्कोरिंग आउट 3 एंड कॉन्स्टेंटली. सो बेटा जिनका सिलेबस कंप्लीट नहीं है, आप पैरेलली सिलेबस कंप्लीट भी करिए और उसके साथ साथ मॉक टेस्ट को भी अटेम्प्ट कीजिए. यू विल डेफिनेटली improve your score and there is no need to get depressed. Either way you have to work hard, no need to get depressed. It's just a phase of life. So resistance आ गया बेटा 3√3/2 root L by C. Option 3 is the correct answer to this problem. बताइए कोई डाउट है किसी को इसमें? Okay, let's move forward. We have our next question. It is a statement based type. You have been given two statements and you need to find out the correct. Okay, statement 1 says that the self inductance of a coil depends on its geometry and on the permeability of the medium. And the statement 2 says that inductance is a scalar quantity. Okay, so yes, inductance is a scalar quantity. This one is right. Statement 2 में तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है बेटा. Statement 2 is very straightforward. Inductance is a scalar quantity. Let's talk about statement 1. So यहाँ पे आपके सामने मैंने एक एक्सप्रेशन आपके सामने पॉपअप हुआ है. This expression it denotes the inductance or else say self inductance of a long solenoid. ठीक है, तो इंडक्टेंस में आप देख सकते हैं कि ये किस किस पे डिपेंड कर रहा है. ये म्यू नॉट पे डिपेंड कर रहा है. ठीक है, म्यू नॉट क्या है बेटा? अब आपको स्टेटमेंट में बोला था कि परमिएबिलिटी ऑफ मीडियम पे डिपेंड करता है. ठीक है ना, तो म्यू नॉट क्या है? परमिएबिलिटी है वैक्यूम का. लेकिन अगर कोई मीडियम होगा तो यहाँ पे म्यू नॉट की जगह आप क्या लेंगे? म्यू लेंगे. तो यस, सेल्फ इंडक्टेंस जो होता है बेटा वो किस पे डिपेंड करता है? वो परमिएबिलिटी पे डिपेंड करता है. ठीक है ना, सो दिस पार्ट इज क्लियर. इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द परमिएबिलिटी ऑफ द मीडियम. ठीक है, दूसरा बोल रहे क्या वो ज्योमेट्री पे डिपेंड करता है? डज इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द ज्योमेट्री? यस, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द ज्योमेट्री. यू हैव द नंबर ऑफ टर्न्स, यू हैव द एरिया, एंड इफ यू आर चेंजिंग द ज्योमेट्री, अगर आप ज्योमेट्री को चेंज करेंगे तो ऑब्वियसली एरिया चेंज होगा. सो येट यस, सेल्फ इंडक्टेंस किस पे डिपेंड करता है? ज्योमेट्री पे भी डिपेंड करता है, परमिएबिलिटी ऑफ द मीडियम पे भी डिपेंड करता है, ठीक है। तो स्टेटमेंट 1 which says that the self inductance of coil depends on geometry and permeability of the medium, this one is also right, which means that the correct answer is option 1. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct, right? Option Anjali Mishra is giving answer as 4. No, option 4 is not the correct answer. Option 1 is the correct answer. बताइए बेटा, कोई डाउट है किसी को इसमें? Any doubt? Okay, let's move forward. According to Maxwell's equation, the velocity of light in any medium is expressed as. Okay, बताइए बेटा इसका आंसर, ये तो सिंपल क्वेश्चन है. बताइए बेटा आंसर बताइए. ओके, सो मैं ही बता देता हूँ. सो velocity of light in any medium is given by, see, velocity of light in any medium, it is given by 1 upon under the root of mu into epsilon, right? What is mu? बताइए बेटा. Permeability of medium and this is permittivity of medium. See, option 1, many are giving the answer as option 1. So velocity of light in any medium, it is given by v upon under the root of mu epsilon, and velocity of light in vacuum, see, it is given by 1 upon under the root of mu naught epsilon naught. C, it is equal to 1 upon under the root of mu naught epsilon naught. बेटा ये जो आंसर ऑप्शन 1 दे रहे हैं ना, 1 नहीं है इसका आंसर बेटा, ऑप्शन 2 है आंसर. करेक्ट आंसर ऑप्शन 2 है, 1 अपॉन म्यू नॉट epsilon नॉट. ये वाला जो एक्सप्रेशन है बेटा, ये वैक्यूम के लिए एप्लीकेबल है. इट इज एप्लीकेबल इन वैक्यूम. अगर आप किसी भी इन जनरल किसी मीडियम की बात कर रहे हैं तो आपको मीडियम की परमिएबिलिटी और परमिटिविटी को पुट करना पड़ेगा टू फाइंड आउट द वेलोसिटी, ठीक है. सो C दैट इज इक्वल टू 1 अपॉन रूट म्यू नॉट epsilon नॉट. बेटा ये वैक्यूम का एक्सप्रेशन है, इट इज नॉट एप्लीकेबल फॉर एनी मीडियम. यू नीड टू गेट दैट. सो द करेक्ट आंसर इज ऑप्शन 2, राइट. ये जिन्होंने ऑप्शन 1 दिया आंसर, आई होप उनका डाउट क्लियर हो रहा हो. ओके, कोई डाउट है बेटा इस क्वेश्चन में किसी को? ओके, लेट्स मूव फॉरवर्ड. Question 29 of the paper, it says that 3 inductors are connected as shown. The effective inductance of the network is, and you have to ignore the mutual inductance. ठीक है, आपको म्यूचुअल इंडक्टेंस को इग्नोर करना है. बताइए कोई डाउट है क्या किसी में? ओके, हेलो. ओके, चलिए, तो इंडक्टर्स को कैसे डील करते हैं बेटा? व्हाट्स यप. ओके, सो बेटा इंडक्टर्स को डील करने के लिए जो आपको पता होना चाहिए, यू नीड टू रिमेंबर दैट द आइडियल इंडक्टर्स कंबाइन इन सीरीज एंड पैरेलल इन द सेम मैथमेटिकल मैनर एज रेजिस्टर्स. ठीक है, इंडक्टर्स को डील करने के लिए जस्ट नीड टू रिमेंबर दैट दे कंबाइन इन सीरीज इन पैरेलल इन सेम मैथमेटिकल मैनर एज रेजिस्टर. जैसे रेजिस्टर को आप सीरीज पैरेलल में ऐड करते हैं, आपको एग्जैक्टली उसी तरीके से इंडक्टर से भी डील करना है. ठीक है, तो इसका मतलब ये है बेटा कि ए और बी के बीच में आपको जो इफेक्टिव इंडक्टेंस कैलकुलेट करनी है, उसके हिसाब से ये वाले दो सीरीज में होंगे और इनका जो इक्विवेलेंट होगा वो 4 के साथ पैरेलल में होगा. सो आई कैन, इफ आई ड्रॉ द सर्किट, सो द इक्विवेलेंट ऑफ दीज टू आर 2 + 3 दैट इज 5, राइट. सो दिस पॉइंट इज ए, this point is B, and this is 5 Henry, and you have one more that is 4 Henry. So now they are in parallel, right? So the correct answer is 5 into 4 upon 5 plus 4, that is 20 by 9 Henry. 20 by 9 Henry is the correct answer to this problem. कोई डाउट है किसी को? Correct answer is 20 by 9 Henry. Any doubt? Okay, Vivan is giving the answer as 9 by 20. okay, it's not 9/20, I guess it's 20/9. ये शायद रेसिप्रोकल करना भूल गए हैं, जल्दीबाजी में ऐसी मिस्टेक्स हो जाती है. डोंट कमिट सच सिली मिस्टेक्स. आप आंसर कितना क्लोज आके भी अगर गलत आंसर टिक कर रहे हैं, दैट इज़ अ वेरी डिसहार्टनिंग थिंग. सो जस्ट बी वेरी पेशेंट while you are dealing with the problem. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. We have question 30 of the paper. It says that two straight parallel wires carrying current in the opposite direction. They repel each other, they attract each other. You have to comment on that. So let me give you a background how to. वैसे तो ये result आपको directly याद होना चाहिए, but let me give you a background. So this is a wire 1 which is carrying a current I1, and you have a wire 2 which is carrying current in the opposite direction, I2, right? 1 1 1 1. Okay. So आपको ये बताना है बेटा कि ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में जो करंट कैरी कर रहे हैं उनका क्या होगा, ठीक है? वो अट्रैक्ट करेंगे, रिपेल करेंगे या कोई फोर्स एक्सर्ट ही नहीं करेंगे. तो बेटा इस वायर में करंट मतलब ये जो वायर है, जो 1 वायर है, इसमें करंट I1 फ्लो कर रहा है. तो इसकी वजह से जो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड होगी जो इस वायर के पास प्रोड्यूस होगी, इट विल बी इनटू द प्लेन, इस डायरेक्शन में होगी, ठीक है? उसके बाद वी कैन यूज द फॉर्मूला द फोर्स एक्सपीरियंस्ड बाय करंट कैरिंग कंडक्टर प्लेस्ड इन मैग्नेटिक फील्ड I इट इज इक्वल टू L क्रॉस B. I L क्रॉस B होता है बेटा. तो इफ यू डू द क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट, एक छोटा सा एलिमेंट ले लीजिए DL, इसकी डायरेक्शन इधर है, आपको DL क्रॉस B करना है, DL क्रॉस B. सो यू कैन से दैट द डायरेक्शन ऑफ फोर्स विल बी इन दिस डायरेक्शन. सिमिलरली अगर आप इसकी वजह से फील्ड निकाल के इस पे फोर्स निकालेंगे तो इस पे फोर्स इधर आएगा. इट मीन्स दैट द टू वायर्स कैरिंग करंट इन द ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन दे आर गोइंग टू रिपेल ईच अदर. जिनको याद है बेटा वो अच्छी बात है, जिनको याद नहीं है दे कैन जस्ट हैव अ लुक कि कैसे पता चलता है, एंड जस्ट रिमेंबर द रिजल्ट फॉर द फ्यूचर रेफरेंस, राइट? सो DL क्रॉस B करना था आपको. DL क्रॉस B, योर थंब विल गिव यू द डायरेक्शन ऑफ फोर्स. रिमेंबर टू यूज योर राइट हैंड, नॉट योर लेफ्ट हैंड, राइट? सो करेक्ट आंसर इज दे रिपेल ईच अदर. ऑप्शन 1 इज द करेक्ट आंसर. कोई डाउट? ओके, आई गेस देयर इज नो डाउट. लेट्स move to problem 31. The magnetic field lines due to a bar magnet are correctly shown in. So अब आपको ये बताना है कि magnetic field lines related to bar magnet correctly किसमें shown है. आपके पास 4 options हैं. Now to answer these kind of questions you need to know the properties of the magnetic field lines. ठीक है, आपको properties पता होनी चाहिए magnetic field lines की. So कोई डाउट है क्या बेटा किसी को? You can ask your doubt. Let's take a break for a few seconds. I'll be back. सो आइए बेटा करते हैं. सो पहला ऑप्शन में आपको कुछ इस तरीके से फील्ड लाइंस दिखाई हुई है. लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड कि ये सही है कि गलत है. तो पहली प्रॉपर्टी जो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड लाइंस एसोसिएटेड विद अ बार मैग्नेट उनकी है कि नो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड लाइंस आर शोन इनसाइड द मैग्नेट. इस डायग्राम में या ये जो रिप्रेजेंटेशन में गलत क्या है? पहली गलती ये है कि नो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड लाइंस आर शोन इनसाइड द मैग्नेट. ऑब्वियसली because the magnetic field lines always form closed loop. अब magnetic field lines they always form the closed loop, ठीक है? और इस क्वेश्चन में या इस डायग्राम में यहाँ से तो फील्ड लाइन दिखाई गई है, बट अंदर कोई फील्ड लाइन नहीं दिखाई गई है. और ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि फील्ड लाइन यहाँ पे आके ऐसे टर्मिनेट हो जाए, बिकॉज इट इज नॉट फॉर्मिंग अ क्लोज लूप. सो टेक्निकली दिस इज रॉन्ग बिकॉज देर आर नो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड लाइन्स प्रेजेंट इनसाइड द बार मैग्नेट. Magnetic field line should be present inside the bar magnet also. So keeping in mind this property, this one is wrong. Let's have a look at the few more properties. So it says that the magnetic field lines outside the bar magnet is from north pole to south pole. So ये bar magnet है, ठीक है? ये bar magnet है. outside, if you are talking about the outside, so the field lines will emerge from the north pole and they will enter into the south pole. Outside the bar magnet, inside the bar magnet, it is from south pole to north pole. ठीक है? तो bar magnet के बाहर the field lines they emerge from north pole and they enter into the south pole, and within the bar magnet it is from south pole to north pole. ठीक है? So which means that एक ऑप्शन में आपको फील्ड लाइंस ऐसे दिखाई गई हैं. सो यू कैन सी दैट आउटसाइड द बार मैग्नेट के बाहर द फील्ड्स आर इमर्जिंग फ्रॉम साउथ पोल एंड दे आर एंटरिंग इनटू द नॉर्थ पोल, व्हिच इज रॉन्ग. प्लस देयर आर नो फील्ड लाइंस इनसाइड द बार मैग्नेट, सो दिस वन इज आल्सो रॉन्ग. सो यू हैव टू रीजंस टू से दैट दिस ऑप्शन इज रॉन्ग, राइट? And this is one of the option. It says that the magnetic field lines outside the bar magnet is from north pole and they are entering in the south pole, and within the magnet it is from south pole to north pole. So this one seems correct. This one seems correct because it is giving us all the correct properties of the field lines associated with the bar magnet. So we have to look for this option. So I guess this is the correct answer. So this one is wrong, this one is wrong, and this one is also wrong because they have shown the opposite. Inside the bar magnet, the field lines are from north pole to south pole, so this one is also wrong. Option 2 is the correct answer to this problem. Right? So option 2 is the correct answer to this problem. Question 31. कोई डाउट है किसी को बेटा? Okay, let's move to problem 32. A charge Q is moving with a velocity v parallel to a magnetic field B. Force on the charge due to magnetic field is. So you need to find the force on the charge due to magnetic field. So magnetic force experienced by a charged particle Fm, it is equal to Q V cross B. Right? So अगर आपको किसी charged particle में पे force पता करना है due to magnetic field, the expression is Q V cross B. What is Q? Q is the charge of the charged particle, V is the velocity, and B is the external magnetic field. So to determine the direction, you need to figure out कि V cross B का cross product कहाँ पे है. You need to figure out the angle between the V and the B. Now according to the question, V is parallel to B. So V and B, angle between them is 0. So if you want to expand V cross B, it will be equal to VB sin theta, and theta, my dear students, it is 0. Theta यहाँ पे 0 है, so sin 0 is 0. That means that force experienced by the charged particle is 0. अगर ये velocity या तो parallel हो जाए या anti parallel हो जाए, दोनों ही cases में आपको जो magnetic force है वो क्या होगा बेटा? 0 होगा. ठीक है? So I hope this part is clear. Option 3 is the correct answer, and yes, option 3 is the correct answer to this problem. कोई डाउट बेटा? अभी तक कोई डाउट किसी को? ओके, कोई डाउट नहीं लग रहा है. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. क्वेश्चन 33. Two conducting plates of plate area A and separation D filled with dielectric medium as shown in figure. Given that dimension of both dielectric are same, equivalent capacitance of the system will be. आपको equivalent capacitance of the system find out करना है. ठीक है? और आपके पास dielectric field है. बताइए बेटा, कोई डाउट किसी को? कहाँ है सब? बताइए बेटा, कोई डाउट? ओके, आई गेस एवरीवन इज बिजी कहीं कहीं. चलिए, ये आपके सामने कैपेसिटर है और कैपेसिटर के अंदर दो डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ डाइलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड है यहाँ पे, और आपको इक्विवेलेंट कैपेसिटेंस फाइंड आउट करना है. ठीक है? तो बेटा मैं यहाँ पे एक इक्विवेलेंट सर्किट बनाने की कोशिश करता हूँ. सो दिस इज ए, एंड आई कैन से दैट दिस portion with dielectric K and this portion with dielectric 2K, they will be in parallel. They will be in parallel. So this is A, and I can just break it like this. So I have one capacitor like this, and the dielectric field between them is K, right? And this is B, right? I have one more capacitor like this, right? This is also B, and this is of 2K. Okay, no doubt. Okay. This is of 2k. So this one is of k and this one is of 2k. Now we need to figure out the capacitance when the dielectric is filled. So C is given as Ka epsilon naught by D, right? So you can see that for this capacitor, the area, the dielectric, जितने area से, okay, sir, can you speak louder? Yes, definitely I can speak louder. अगर बेटा आप timely comment करेंगे तो I can speak louder. C is equal to Ka epsilon naught by D, right? So बेटा dielectric कितने plate area के साथ contact में है? It is in contact with A by 2. So इतना ही area आप contact में ला रहे हैं तो area is A by 2. So if I want to write the capacitance of this system, it will be C. It will be equal to area in contact is A by 2. It will be K times of epsilon naught and separation between the plates is D. So it becomes Ka epsilon naught by 2D. Right? Now let's talk about this capacitor. C dash. It will be equal to area in contact is A by 2 into 2k epsilon naught and separation between the plates is D. So this 2 and 2 cancel. It becomes Ka epsilon naught by D. Right? And they are in parallel. So you just need to add them. Right? So if I want to find C equivalent, I want to find the C equivalent. Okay, so C equivalent I need to find. It is equal to Ka epsilon naught by 2D plus Ka epsilon naught by D. Let's take Ka epsilon naught as common. Ka epsilon naught by D I am taking as common and it becomes into 3 by 2. So the correct answer is 3 by 2 Ka epsilon naught by D. Sir, I'm new here. Can you summarize what is happening? Okay. We are discussing the questions of AIATS plus paper, and this is the 5th paper. And we are discussing the questions. So you can ask your doubt if you have any doubt in this discussion, right? That's how I can summarize for you. So the correct answer is 3 by 2 Ka epsilon naught by D, which means option 2 is the correct answer to this problem, right? कोई doubt है बेटा किसी को? This is question 33. Let's move forward to problem 34, right? A uniform electric field having strength E vector exists in a region shown in figure. Consider 3 points A, B and C having potential VA, VB and VC respectively. Then choose the correct option. You need to pick the correct option. आपके पास एक इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड गिवन है. So ये रहे इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड और ये रहे 3 ऑप्शन. तीनों ऑप्शंस के पोटेंशियल के बीच में जो रिलेशन है आपको वो डिटरमाइन करना है. यू नीड टू डिटरमाइन द रिलेशन बिटवीन देयर इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल. सो इट इज अ सिंपल क्वेश्चन. यू जस्ट नीड टू रिमेंबर फ्यू कॉन्सेप्ट. देखिए, when you are moving from B to C, you can see that you are moving in a direction perpendicular to the electric field. जब आप B से C की तरफ मूव कर रहे हैं, you are moving in a direction which is perpendicular to the direction of electric field. It means that VB it will be equal to VC. अरे you are moving on a equipotential line. जब आप इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड के परपेंडिकुलर मूव कर रहे हैं तो आपको किसी भी तरीके की वर्क डन करने की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है. सर इट इज अ फुल सिलेबस टेस्ट. सो इफ यू आर मूविंग परपेंडिकुलर टू द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड, आप इक्विपोटेंशियल सरफेस पे हैं, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड उस डायरेक्शन में नहीं है, आपको कोई भी वर्क डन करने की जरूरत नहीं है. इसका मतलब इस लाइन पे आप कोई भी पॉइंट पिक करेंगे उसका पोटेंशियल सेम रहने वाला है, यानी VB इक्वल टू VC. सो लेट मी टेक दिस पॉइंट P. So I can write that VB it is equal to VC it is equal to VP, right? Now what is happening is that now from P to A I'm moving like this. So I'm moving in the direction of electric field. For P to A मुझे जब P से A की तरफ जाना है, I am moving in the direction of electric field और electric field की direction में potential क्या करता है बेटा? Decrease करता है. So I can write that VP is greater than VA, or I know that VB it is equal to VC it is equal to VP. So I can write that VB is equal to VC and both are greater than VA, or I can write that VA is less than VB equal to VC. Yes, so correct answer is option 1. VA is less than VB equal to VC. कोई डाउट बेटा, कोई डाउट है इसमें किसी को? ओके, सो लेट्स मूव फॉरवर्ड. 35, question 35. If work done required to rotate electric dipole from stable equilibrium position to 60 degrees W, then the torque required to maintain dipole at that position will be. Okay. So stable equilibrium position you are talking about, stable equilibrium. So in that case, the potential energy, initial potential energy will be equal to minus PE. Angle between them is 0. U is P dot E minus P dot E. So PE cos theta, theta is 0. So for stable equilibrium, the potential energy is minus P. Now you have rotated it with 60 degrees. So U final, it will be equal to minus PE cos 60, that is minus PE by 2. Right? So potential increase हुई है बेटा. पहले minus PE थी, अब potential होगी minus PE by 2. So work has to be done. So work done, it will be equal to minus PE by 2 minus of minus PE. So work done is coming out to be equal to PE by 2. So work done is coming out to be equal to PE by 2. So I can write that P is equal to 2W. Now let's talk about torque. Let's talk about torque. Torque is given by P cross E. Right? Angle between P and E is 60 degrees. So tau, the magnitude is PE sin 60, that is root 3 by 2. So आपको टॉर्क की वैल्यू इन द टर्म्स ऑफ वर्क डन लिखनी है. सो टाउ इट विल बी इक्वल टू रूट 3 by 2 इन प्लेस ऑफ PE, राइट, 2W. सो दिस 2 and 2 cancel, it is coming out to be equal to root 3 times of W. बताइए कोई डाउट है बेटा किसी को? करेक्ट आंसर आ चुका है ऑप्शन 3, दैट इज रूट 3W. एनी डाउट? ओके, I guess there is no doubt. Let's move forward. So we have next question 36. It says that a conducting sphere of radius r is given a charge q, the electric potential and the electric field at the center of sphere respectively r. Okay. So आपके पास एक कंडक्टर है, कंडक्टर को आपने कुछ चार्ज दे दिया है. Now you need to find out the electric potential and electric field at the center. Now to do this question you need to know, आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ कंडक्टर क्या है. ये आपके एनसीईआरटी में बिल्कुल मेंशन्ड है कि प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ कंडक्टर क्या है. सो I'll have you let you have a look at the properties of the conductor. So first property is that the interior of conductor can have no excess charge in the static situation. कोई भी static situation में कंडक्टर के इंटीरियर पे कोई चार्ज नहीं जा सकता है. नो चार्ज कैन बी देयर इनसाइड द कंडक्टर इन स्टैटिक सिचुएशन. दिस इज द फर्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी. सो अगर आपने ये कंडक्टर है, अगर आपने इसको चार्ज क्यू दिया है, ठीक है ना, तो ये चार्ज इसके सरफेस पे रिसाइड करेगा, चार्ज अंदर नहीं जाएगा. ठीक है ना, द चार्ज विल नॉट गो इनसाइड, इट विल रिसाइड ऑन द सरफेस. फर्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी. द सेकंड वन सेज दैट इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक पोटेंशियल इज कांस्टेंट थ्रू आउट द वॉल्यूम ऑफ द कंडक्टर and has the same value as on the surface. सेकेंड प्रॉपर्टी ये कहती है बेटा कि यहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड जो है यहाँ पे क्या है बेटा, जीरो है. वही स्टैटिक सिचुएशन में इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड क्या है, जीरो है. तो जितना पोटेंशियल सरफेस पे होगा, मान लीजिए यहाँ पे V है, तो उतना ही पोटेंशियल सेंटर पे होगा. ठीक है, इन दो प्रॉपर्टीज को यूज करेंगे टू आंसर आवर क्वेश्चन. सो द क्वेश्चन इज दैट यू हैव अ कंडक्टिंग स्फीयर ऑफ रेडियस r, राइट, and you are giving a charge q to this. So charge q आपने यहाँ पे दे दिया, तो charge q will reside on the surface. It means that the potential of the surface Vs, it will be equal to k q by r, or it will be equal to q over 4 pi epsilon naught r. Now surface और center के बीच में किसी भी तरीके की electric field नहीं है. No electric field exists inside the conductor. It means that Vc should be equal to Vs. So Vc is kq by r or q over 4 pi epsilon naught r. So potential at center is q over 4 pi epsilon naught r. ठीक है. और इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड तो जीरो होगा बेटा, क्योंकि पोटेंशियल कांस्टेंट है, तो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड को जीरो होना पड़ेगा. ऑप्शन 3 इज द करेक्ट आंसर टू दिस प्रॉब्लम. बताइए बेटा, कोई डाउट? ऑप्शन 3 इज द करेक्ट आंसर टू दिस प्रॉब्लम. एनी डाउट? Okay, I guess there is no doubt. Let's move forward. Question 37. It says that you have two similar coils of radius r are lying concentrically with their planes at right angles to each other. The current flowing in them are I and 2I respectively. The resultant magnetic field induction at the center will be. Okay. So you need to find the resultant magnetic field at the center. So ये कुछ ऐसा arrangement है बेटा आपके पास. ठीक है. In one of the coil the current is I, in one of the coil the current is 2I. ठीक है. तो इस कॉइल की वजह से जो I1, जिस कॉइल में करंट I1 है बेटा, उसकी वजह से फील्ड की डायरेक्शन इधर है. ये रही फील्ड की डायरेक्शन B1 and it is something like this. Let me redraw it. So one of the coil is like this, right, and in this the current flowing is I. So the field at the center is given by B1, right, that is equal to mu naught I by 2r. R is the radius. Now you have another coil. You have another coil, something like this, which has a current 2I. So the field due to this is in this direction B2, and the value of this is mu naught into 2I by 2r. Right? Now you need to figure out the resultant field. So resultant field will be something like this, and this resultant will be equal to under the root of mu naught I by 2r whole square plus mu naught I by 2r whole square into 4. सर मेरे इधर के आकाश के टीचर्स इतना अच्छा नहीं पढ़ाते, पैसा वेस्ट हो गया. So let us take mu naught I by 2r square as common. Mu naught I by 2r whole square I am taking as common. So it becomes 4 plus 1, that is 5. So if you are talking about the resultant magnetic field, it is root 5 mu naught I by 2r. ये रहा resultant magnetic field आपके सामने. Option 4 is the correct answer. Good. Nope. D7FK is giving the right answer. Option 4 is the correct answer. बताइए कोई डाउट है बेटा इसमें किसी को? कोई डाउट है तो बताइए बेटा. Okay, I guess there is no doubt. Let us move forward. Then you have your problem 28. In superposition of two waves, the phase difference corresponding to a path difference of lambda by 6 will be. It's a simple problem. I guess there is no doubt in that. Delta phi, it is equal to 2 pi by lambda into delta x. ये expression आप use कर सकते हैं to find out the relation between this delta phi is your phase difference. Right? And this delta x is your path difference. ठीक है. तो अगर आपसे पाथ डिफरेंस रिप्लाई तो दो. ओके केशव सिंह, ओके जस्ट गॉट योर कमेंट. बेटा यहाँ पढ़ लो आप, तब तक पढ़ाई से मतलब बेटा यहाँ पढ़ लो आप. तो अगर आपको पाथ डिफरेंस दे रखा है और आपको फेज डिफरेंस पूछा है तो आप इस तरीके से कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. तो according to the question I need to calculate the phase difference, that is equal to 2 pi by lambda. Lambda is the wavelength and the path difference is lambda by 6. So it is coming out to be equal to pi by 3. Simple problem. Pi by 3, option 2 is the correct answer. It is a very बहुत ही अच्छा फॉर्मूला है, आप यहाँ से सब कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. If you put delta x as lambda, so you can see that phase difference is 2 pi. So आप बोलते हैं बेटा जो एक वेवलेंथ पे जो दो पार्टिकल्स होते हैं उनके बीच में कोई फेज डिफरेंस नहीं होता है, या 2 पाई होता है, उसको जीरो ही बोल सकते हैं आप. सो दिस द एक्सप्रेशन दैट यू कैन यूज टू फाइंड आउट द रिलेशन बिटवीन phase difference and path difference. It comes handy while you're dealing with the chapter of wave optics या waves in 11th और wave optics in 12th. दोनों ही chapters में ये formula बहुत handy होगा, ठीक है. So option 2 is the correct answer. Yes, option 2 is the correct answer to this problem. Let's move forward. We have question 39. A compound microscope has magnifying power of 30. Focal length of eyepiece is 5 cm. Assuming the final image to be at least distance of distinct vision, calculate the magnification produced by objective. So आपको magnification produced by objective निकालना है, ठीक है. So ये रहा कुछ, मैं आपके सामने एक रे डायग्राम दिखा रहा हूँ बेटा. ये टेलीस्कोप माइक्रोस्कोप का रे डायग्राम है, कंपाउंड माइक्रोस्कोप का, फॉर फाइनल इमेज फॉर्म्ड एट, दिस इज योर फाइनल इमेज एंड दिस इज being formed at D. ठीक है. This is your objective, this is your eyepiece, right? And you need to find out the magnification. So I can write that the magnification produced by the microscope, total magnification I'll write MT, it is equal to MO into ME. Right? What is MO? MO is MO. Magnification produced by objective. Similarly, ME is the magnification produced by eyepiece. ठीक है? So now to get back to the question, total magnification given to me as 30, right? Okay, so this total magnification, this part is given to me as 30. I need to figure out this part. Now according to the question, final image is formed at D. Final image कहाँ पे form हो रहा है बेटा? D पे form हो रहा है. In that case, the eyepiece magnification is given by 1 plus D by FE. ME is given by 1 plus D by FE. So you just need to figure out ME. It will be equal to 1 plus the value of D is 25. Focal length of this eyepiece is given to you as 5. So 1 plus 25 by 5 is 6. ME is 6. और 6 कैसा बेटा? ये इसका मैग्निफिकेशन पॉजिटिव है. आप देख सकते हैं ये रहा ऑब्जेक्ट और ये रहा इमेज. सो यस, दे आर दोनों ही इन्वर्टेड है, तो मैग्निफिकेशन यहाँ पे पॉजिटिव आएगा. सो total magnification is 30. MO is what I need to find and ME. ME मैंने just calculate कर लिया, ये 6 है. So MO कितना आएगा बेटा? ये आएगा -5. अच्छा, माइनस क्यों आ रहा है? आपको just 6 by 30 करना है, 5 आएगा. आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग कि माइनस क्यों आ रहा है. तो बेटा माइनस इसलिए आ रहा है, ऑब्जेक्टिव के लिए ऑब्जेक्ट ये है और उसकी इमेज ये है. तो यू कैन से दैट ऑब्जेक्ट इरेक्ट है और उसकी इमेज क्या है? इन्वर्टेड है. सो मैग्निफिकेशन कितना आएगा? -5 आएगा. सो MO is equal to -5. कोई डाउट? -5. कोई डाउट बेटा? Okay, no doubt. Let's move forward to the next question. Question 40. It says that in the given circuit, current in the branch CD is. So आपको CD branch में करंट निकालना है, ठीक है? चलिए CD branch में करंट निकालते बेटा. पहली बात तो मुझे दिख रहा है बेटा ये कैसा है? व्हीटस्टोन ब्रिज है ना? I can say that 4/8 it is equal to 6/12. So it is a balanced Wheatstone bridge. That means that current over here is 0, right? Current यहाँ पे क्या है? 0 है. So current कैसे जाने वाला बेटा? Current will go like this. This is I. Current will come here. Total resistance of this branch ABC is 10 ohm, right? Total resistance of this branch ABC is 10 ohm, and total resistance of this branch ADC is 20 ohm. So अगर आप यहाँ पे देखें तो यहाँ पे ABC वाली ब्रांच है, इसकी रेजिस्टेंस है 10 ओम, और ADC वाली ब्रांच है, इसकी रेजिस्टेंस है 20 ओम. अच्छा, ये 4 ओम और 8 ओम बेटा, 4 ओम और 6 ओम, 4 ओम और 6 ओम दे आर इन सीरीज, एंड 8 ओम एंड 12 ओम दे आर ऑल्सो इन सीरीज. सो जो भी करंट 8 ओम से जाएगा वही करंट आपको 12 ओम से मिलेगा. ठीक है. So let me assume that this current I2 is here, this current I2 goes like here, and this current I1 goes like here, and this current I1 goes like here. So ठीक है. So अब देखते हैं. So जो करंट पैरेलल में जो करंट डिवाइड होता है वो इनवर्स रेशियो में डिवाइड होता है. तो यहाँ पे रेजिस्टेंस का रेशियो कितना बेटा 1:2 है ना. तो इसका मतलब जो I1 होगा, I1 जो होगा बेटा उसमें ज़्यादा करंट जाएगा, क्योंकि यहाँ पे रेजिस्टेंस है 10 ओम, तो यहाँ पे करंट ज़्यादा जाएगा. इट विल बी इक्वल टू 2I/3. और जो I2 होगा उसमें कम करंट जाएगा. इट विल बी इक्वल टू I/3. ठीक है. अब बस आपको करंट कैलकुलेट करना है. इक्विवेलेंट रेजिस्टेंस कितना हो जाएगा बेटा, R इक्विवेलेंट. इट विल बी इक्वल टू, ये 10 ओम और 20 ओम किस में, पैरेलल में. सो इट इज 10 × 20/30. सो इट इज इक्वल टू 20/3 ओम. दिस इज इक्विवेलेंट रेजिस्टेंस 20/3 ओम. लेट्स यूज ओम्स लॉ. सो 20, it is equal to 20/3 into I. So from here I is coming out to be equal to 3 ampere. आपको CD ब्रांच में करंट निकालना है. CD ब्रांच क्या है बेटा, I2. So from here I2 is equal to, I2 निकालना आपको. I2 is 1/3 of I and I itself is 3. So it is 1 ampere. 1 एम्पियर है बेटा. करेक्ट आंसर इज 1 एम्पियर. आहान सिंह गिव द राइट आंसर, सेकंड. कोई डाउट है बेटा किसी को अभी तक? ओके, लेट्स मूव फॉरवर्ड. वी हैव अ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इन फ्रंट ऑफ अस. द वेरिएशन ऑफ मैग्नेटिक ससेप्टिबिलिटी zeta with absolute temperature T for a ferromagnetic substance is best represented by. सो आपको ससेप्टिबिलिटी का वेरिएशन बताना है फेरोमैग्नेटिक सब्सटेंस पे. ओके, सो देखते हैं बेटा क्या वेरिएशन रहता है. वेरिएशन कुछ ऐसा रहता है. ठीक है, कुछ ऐसा वेरिएशन रहता है. दिस इज ससेप्टिबिलिटी और ये आपका टेम्परेचर है. टीसी क्या है बेटा, टीसी क्या है, क्यूरी टेम्परेचर है. दिस इज द पॉइंट. So Curie temperature से पहले the material behaves as ferromagnetic and beyond Curie temperature the material behaves as a paramagnetic. So this is the region जो ferromagnetic है, this is the region which is paramagnetic. और ये एक ferromagnetic substance के susceptibility का variation है. ठीक है, इसी variation से I can draw the variation for the paramagnetic substance. Paramagnetic substance का variation कुछ ऐसा होगा. This is T and this is zeta. So this goes for the paramagnetic, right? और अगर आप डायमैग्नेटिक की बात करेंगे तो उसका डायमैग्नेटिक का ससेप्टिबिलिटी टेम्परेचर के साथ चेंज नहीं होती है, प्लस वो नेगेटिव होता है. तो ससेप्टिबिलिटी ऑफ डायमैग्नेटिक वेरिएशन इज समथिंग लाइक दिस. सो दिस वन इज फॉर डायमैग्नेटिक एंड दिस वन इज फॉर पैरामैग्नेटिक. कोई डाउट? Which means correct answer is option 3. This one is for paramagnetic. This one is not for anyone. This one is for diamagnetic. Constant and negative. So this one is for diamagnetic. बताइए बेटा कोई doubt? Let's wait for few minutes for the students' doubt. Okay, let's take a few seconds break. ओके, कोई डाउट है बेटा किसी को? यू कैन आस्क योर डाउट. ओके, आई गेस देयर इज नो डाउट. लेट्स मूव फॉरवर्ड. वी हैव प्रॉब्लम 42. इट्स अ क्वेश्चन बेस्ड ऑन वेव ऑप्टिक्स. इट सेज दैट width of a fringe is 4 mm on the screen in a Young's double slit experiment for the light of wavelength 450 nanometer. The width of fringe in the same experiment for the light of wavelength 700 nanometer will be. Okay, so fringe width, beta, it is given by lambda d by d. Okay. So if we want to draw the setup for the YDSC, right? These are the slits. This is D and this one is capital D, right? Okay, so width of the fringe is 4 mm when the wavelength is 450. So same experimental setup में आप wavelength को change कर रहे हैं and now you are asking कि fringe width कितना हो जाएगा. So by this expression I can say that fringe width is proportional to lambda because you have same experiment setup, same experiment setup. That means that D comma D, they will remain same. Right, so just use the proportionality. Let's use the proportionality. So this is beta is 4 and let the other beta is alpha, so 4 by alpha it will be proportional to 450 by 700. So cancel the zeros, so alpha is coming out to be equal to 4 into 70 by 45. So 5 9 5 14. So alpha is 56 by 9. No need to calculate it. इसको exact calculate करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. It can be broken down as 54 by 9 plus 2 by 9 and 9 6 is 54. So answer is somewhat close to, very close to 6 point something, and only option given to me is option 3. So answer should be 6.2 mm. इसको exact calculate करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है बेटा. Save your time. 54 plus 2 by 9, 9 6 54, somewhat close to 6. Option 3 is the correct answer. Option 3 is the correct answer to this problem. Yes, Mohan. Anjali Maurya, YCC. Okay, I am not getting the doubt. Anjali Maurya, please. Mohan got the right answer. Question 43. 2-point charges are placed in air at a distance d experiences electrostatic force F if a dielectric material of dielectric constant K equal to 2 is completely filled in space between them. Net force on 1-point charge now becomes. So you need to calculate net force on 1-point charge. Okay. See, the electrostatic force between 2-point charges, standard expression is K Q1 Q2 by R square, where K is 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught. Now this epsilon naught is for vacuum. If you have any other medium, अगर आपके पास कोई और मीडियम होगा, ऑप्शन सी बोला था सर मैंने. ओके. एप्सिलॉन नॉट इज वैक्यूम, राइट. अगर आपके पास कोई और मीडियम है तो उस वहां पे आप एप्सिलॉन पुट करेंगे जो कि मीडियम का होगा. दिस विल बी द परमिटिविटी ऑफ द मीडियम. दिस फॉर द वैक्यूम, दिस विल बी फॉर द मीडियम. ठीक है, ये आपके मीडियम के लिए होगा. एंड डाइलेक्ट्रिक कांस्टेंट के, इट विल बी इक्वल टू एप्सिलॉन बाय एप्सिलॉन नॉट. So epsilon can be written as k times of epsilon naught. So in case अगर आपसे मीडियम में नेट फोर्स पूछा जा रहा है, in that case you can write that F it will be equal to Q1 Q2 by R square into 1 over 4 pi epsilon, where epsilon is k times of epsilon naught. Right? So just you have to put the values now. So force you need to find. Force it will be equal to Q1 Q2 upon 4 pi epsilon. It will be equal to 2 epsilon naught R square. So it will be equal to 1 upon 2 Q1 Q2 over 4 pi epsilon naught R square. That is F by 2. अच्छा, ये नेट फोर्स की वैल्यू है बेटा. F by 2 नेट फोर्स की वैल्यू है. अगर सिर्फ पॉइंट चार्जेस के बीच में फोर्स पूछा गया होता तो वो अभी भी F ही रहता. प्लीज हैव अ लुक एट दैट. दे आर आस्किंग यू नेट फोर्स. उनका म्यूचुअल उनके बीच का जो फोर्स है इट इज इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ द मीडियम, वो अभी भी एफ ही रहेगा, लेकिन वो आपसे नेट फोर्स पूछ रहे हैं तो उसमें आपको डाइलेक्ट्रिक का इंपैक्ट इंक्लूड करना पड़ेगा एंड इट द फोर्स बिकम्स F/2. ऑप्शन 4 इज द करेक्ट आंसर. कोई डाउट? ओके, ऑप्शन 4 इज द करेक्ट आंसर. एनी डाउट? रविश मलिक ने सही आंसर दिया है बेटा, गुड. कोई डाउट है बेटा किसी को? नहीं है तो आगे बढ़ते हैं. वी हैव क्वेश्चन 45. क्वेश्चन 45. A scooter accelerates from rest for time t1 at constant rate a1, then retards at constant rate a2 for time t2 and eventually comes to rest. The correct value of a1 by a2 will be. आपको a1 by a2 की करेक्ट वैल्यू निकालनी है बेटा. ठीक है, निकालते हैं a1 by a2 की वैल्यू. सो लेट मी ड्रॉ दी vt at curve for this. Or I'll draw VT curve for this. So this is VT, right? Sir, if the dielectric was just placed between them and not filled in space between them, there would not have been any change, right? Okay. I guess बेटा ये आप थोड़ा सा कैपेसिटर में चले गए. इफ यू आर बीइंग आस्क्ड कि नेट फोर्स बताइए तो यू हैव टू टेक द कंसिडरेशन दैट डाइलेक्ट्रिक वाज प्लेस्ड. डाइलेक्ट्रिक अगर कंप्लीटली फील्ड नहीं है, किसी स्पेस में फील्ड है, देयर वुड बी सम इम्पैक्ट. इट विल बी डिफिकल्ट टू कैलकुलेट बट देयर वुड बी सम इम्पैक्ट. बेटा चार्जेस किसी मीडियम में प्लेस ही करोगे ना आप. ऐसा तो नहीं होगा कि आपने चार्जेस के बीच में कोई मीडियम रख दिया. चार्जेस तो किसी मीडियम में ही प्लेस करोगे ना. तो अगर आपने चार्जेस को किसी मीडियम में प्लेस किया है और आपसे नेट फोर्स पूछा जा रहा है, तब आपको डाइलेक्ट्रिक का इंपैक्ट लेना पड़ेगा. इफ यू आर आस्क्ड कि उनके बीच का फोर्स कितना रहने वाला है, इट विल स्टिल रिमेन द सेम. चलिए वीटी कर्व बनाते हैं. तो अप टू टाइम t1 द बॉडी इज एक्सेलरेटिंग एट अ कांस्टेंट रेट. सो अप टू टाइम t1 इफ आई वांट टू ड्रॉ द ग्राफ, इट शुड बी समथिंग लाइक दिस, राइट? क्योंकि vt स्लोप ऑफ vt कर्व ये देता है बेटा एक्सेलरेशन. तो कांस्टेंट पॉजिटिव एक्सेलरेशन कुछ ऐसा दिखेगा, ठीक है? और उसके बाद इट डी एक्सेलरेट्स एट सम रेट एंड द वेलोसिटी इज 0. सो दिस इज टाइम t1 एंड दिस इज टाइम t2 एंड दिस इज माय vmax, राइट? सो जस्ट बेसिक कैलकुलेशन. लेट अस डू द बेसिक कैलकुलेशन. सो इनिशियल वेलोसिटी कितनी है? इनिशियल वेलोसिटी कितनी है? 0 है बेटा. सो लेट्स यूज द इक्वेशन v इज इक्वल टू u प्लस at. सो आई कैन राइट दैट vmax इट इज इक्वल टू a1 इंटू t1, राइट? लेट्स टॉक अबाउट दिस पार्ट. सो इन दिस पार्ट again I'll use this equation v is equal to u plus at. Final velocity is 0, initial velocity is vmax, and this is acceleration is a2, time is t2. So from here I can write that vmax is a2 t2. So from here I can write that a1 t1 it is equal to a2 t2. So I want to find a1 by a2. It is coming out to be equal to t2 by t1. Okay, t2 by t1 is the correct answer. I guess 3 आ रहा है option. Yes, option 3 is the correct answer. t2 by t1. किसी को डाउट है बेटा? Any doubt? रविश मलिक good. अंजलि मौर्य good. अगर टी थिकनेस का स्लैब लगा तो उनके बीच में तो मीडियम रिमेनिंग सेम. ओके ओके बेटा. निडार 4878 बेटा आप कैपेसिटर के केसेस को चार्ज से कर रहे हैं कंफ्यूज. डाइलेक्ट्रिक बेटा मीडियम का होता है. अब मीडियम में आप अलग, अगर मीडियम है तो उसका अपना डाइलेक्ट्रिक होगा, फिर आप एक और डाइलेक्ट्रिक स्लैब पुट कर रहे हैं तो इट विल बी अ डिफरेंट केस ऑल टुगेदर. जस्ट रिमेंबर दैट. आप कैपेसिटर के केसेस के साथ कंफ्यूज कर रहे हैं इस पॉइंट चार्जेस वाले केस को. Okay, so option 3 is the correct answer to this question. I hope कोई और डाउट मुझे लग नहीं रहा है बेटा यहाँ पे है किसी के पास. Okay, so thank you very much for this class. We have covered all the questions. I hope आपके डाउट क्लियर रहे होंगे बेटा सारे. And thank you very much for this class and all the very best for your examination.